Hello everyone, my name is Helga and you're on my anime channel. Today I'm gonna talk about one of the most infamous anime series of the decade, which is Shuumatsu no Harem or World End Harem. At the beginning, I need to make a disclaimer that this is an adult anime, so I don't recommend you watch it if you're underage. Please follow the age restrictions of your country. However, if you're all grown up, there are several reasons why you might actually enjoy this show despite its controversy, and today I'm gonna talk about them. So without further ado, let's go! I've decided to make this video because I just finished watching the series and was surprised that it had such a low rating on my anime list. Yes, I definitely wouldn't call it a masterpiece, but it deserves more than a 6 out of 10 in my opinion. And the first reason for this is that it has a solid sci-fi setting. The events of the series are happening in the year 2040, when technology has made it possible to put people with incurable illnesses into cryostasis while they're waiting for a life-saving treatment to be developed. And the plot revolves around a virus that killed 99.9% of the world's male population, except for approximately 1 million survivors who were put into cryostasis before being infected, as well as only 5 men who developed immunity to the virus. So, honestly, if you didn't know that one of the main genres of this show was Ecchi, wouldn't it sound intriguing? The second reason is the psychological element of this show. My most hated character from the main cast is Shota Doi. I really dislike him, but I appreciate how the authors tried to show the degradation of personality through him. He is firstly introduced as a quite shy kid who had been bullied in school and has low self-esteem. But as the show progresses, he becomes a more and more cynical, self-absorbed, and unlikable character. I like this twist, firstly because, coming from my personal experience observing children while being a student and working as a teacher, there is a common belief that only good people fall victims of bullying. And although it doesn't justify the bully's actions by any means, it's not always the case. I'm not trying to put the guilt on the victims or anything, it's not what I'm talking about. It's just that sometimes the victims just lack self-confidence and courage to stand up for themselves. But that doesn't mean that they're genuinely good people. Sometimes, if they were put in other circumstances, they would gladly take the bully's place. And this is exactly what we can see following Joy's character. The second thing is that such people often seem to become more confident over time, but in reality, internally, they still see competition in everyone around them. And you can also notice this feature of Shota in the later episodes. The series also portrays other ways of dealing with the situation that happened in its world through other main characters, one of which doesn't want to copulate with multiple women at all, and the other which seems to be enjoying it at the beginning but then kinda changes his opinion. However, I personally lack the perspective of the women in this show. I think it would have been a really good addition to it. Talking about the third reason why I like it is that the ecchi factor is actually included quite logically in the premise of this show. It's not like in multiple other shows where it's there just for the sake of it. Here, with the plot like this, you can actually expect to see some sex scenes and stuff like this. In general, I think anime fans appreciate this art form for being bolder than Western media, which have a lot of restrictions not only concerning nudity, but more importantly, the limitations of the ideas that the authors are allowed to come up with. You can rarely see something really crazy in terms of the premises of Hollywood movies or American TV shows. However, Japanese authors seem to create their pieces having absolute freedom in continuing the phrase "what if?" What if an unknown virus killed 99% of the world's male population, thought the author of the World End Harem, and instead of being laughed at, got money thrown at them? In addition, the opening and ending sequences of this anime are really good. I often judge anime titles based on this aspect because if I can see that the creators put enough effort into making the visuals match the atmosphere of the music, the anime is very likely to be good. And here the ending specifically is very well done. The song from this ending is one of the best that I have heard in anime in the last few years, and they also changed the visuals based on what particular character we were following in that episode. So we can see that they put a lot of soul into creation of this title. So, I think that if you're into such plots, this anime is not the worst of its kind at all. I personally gave it 8 out of 10 stars, and I'm not ashamed of it. But I understand why some people might not like it, so share your opinions about the World End Harem anime in the comments below. Also, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and click the little bell icon to get all the notifications about when I post new videos. I hope to see you all soon. Bye!